Good evening and welcome to the broadcast tonight, the 16th day of January 2025. I do hope you had a fantastic day from wherever you are watching Newswatch. With me, Sammy Adika, and our sign language interpreter, Boniface Mureithi. Let's begin our bulletin tonight with matters approval of Cabinet Secretary nominees. Now, the National Assembly has approved 3 Cabinet Secretaries nominees to join President William Ruto's cabinet. Former Kiambu County Governor William Kabogo will now head the ICT Ministry. Former Health CS Mutahi Kagwe is set to take charge of the Agriculture docket, with former Nakuru County Governor Lee Kinyanjui expected to steer the Ministry of Trade and Investment. Now, and as James Machera reports, the 3 are joining President William Ruto's cabinet at a time when a section of Kenyans have expressed dissatisfaction with the Kenya Kwanza regime.
Welcome to these proceedings, honorable members.
2 days after undergoing a thorough vetting process, the National Assembly has approved the nomination of William Kabogo as ICT Cabinet Secretary, Mutahi Kagwe as Agriculture CS, and Lee Kinyanjui as the CS for Trade and Investment.
I, Mutahi Kagwe.
The incoming Agriculture CS Mutahi Kagwe is expected to address key issues affecting the Ministry of Agriculture, including the new vaccination scheme of livestock that has faced backlash among Kenyans, among other key issues such as tea and coffee production in the country.
Yes, we need to work with international organizations because essentially research is international in its nature. But we must make sure that what we get here and our findings here remain ours. That data, when you see an organization coming to say they want to work with you in research, what they are looking for is data. We must make sure that that data belongs to us and people can buy from us, not us use our nation, use our scientists to then buy from them.
I, William Kabogo Getau.
His counterpart William Kabogo will be taking charge the ICT docket at a time when a section of leaders are calling out for proper regulation of social media after the June-led Gen Z protest sparked a new wave of online demonstration and the continuous criticism of government by social media users in the country.
How would they feel when their father is put in a coffin? Genuine engagement with the parties that are sharing this platform. On the challenges of the use of AI, I said AI before is good because it helps. If you want to know something today about anything, AI can help, because AI, what it does is try to mimic human behavior and human thinking. And it's quick, it's information on your fingertips, but badly used will be detrimental to any nation. We should be able to have laws that help in our behavior and our attitude in terms of engaging and using AI.
I, Lee Kinyanjui, do swear that.
On his part, Trade and Investment Cabinet Secretary Lee Kinyanjui emphasized his commitment towards focusing on policy reform that benefit local industry. The members of parliament have urged nominees to uphold the highest degree of integrity and serve Kenyans according to set out laws in the constitution.
To companies or persons who are not serious to take up these opportunities. And therefore, they are purely there for speculation. Maybe it's an area within the allocation team that we must make sure that those who are given the opportunity indeed are ready to hit the road running. Lastly, the majority leader, the Honorable Ishongwa, talked about disharmony in government policy. And I don't think this is a light matter. Because on one hand, we've been trying to discourage imports. And I want to give the example of the import duty that had been slapped of about 1.5% on luxurious goods, some of those things that we didn't require.
The trio are joining President Ruto's government at a time when pressure to deliver is mounting, begging the question, are they ready to deliver as promised during the vetting process? James Machera, reporting for Newswatch, Nairobi.
Well, thank you, James Machera, for the report. Now, on matter security, Nairobi Regional Police Boss Adamson Bungei has been recalled, and I'll take that again. Nairobi Regional Police Boss Adamson Bungei has been recalled back to the police headquarters and named the Director of Operations in the recent changes made by the leadership of NPS. Now, Bungei will be replaced by Coast Regional Police Commander George Seda as the new Nairobi boss. NPS spokesperson Resila Onyango has also been moved and replaced, or rather will be now taking the position as the diplomatic police unit and named the commandant. Now, Michael Nyaga Mushiri, formerly the Kiambu police commander, has also been appointed as the new police spokesperson, replacing Onyango. Now, away from that, before his appointment, Bungei, in 2022, Bungei served as the Baringo County Police Commander and had previously held positions as the Officer Commanding Police Division, OCPD, for Buruburu and Central in Nairobi. NPS says the changes are part of its strategies to revamp the face of the security docket. Now, Human Rights Watch Africa alleges that the recent abductions witnessed in Kenya is being conducted by a government squad. Now, while launching a report on the abductions of Kenyan youth and activists from Tanzania and Uganda's opposition leader Kizza Besigye in Nairobi, the organization has strongly condemned the attempts to silence government critics. The report indicates that at least 83 youth have been abducted and 26 of them still unaccounted for.
We're seeing this very disturbing collaboration between governments to repress criticism, dissent, as well as legitimate political opposition. It's a cause for concern.
After Ruto disbanded SSU in early 2023, he re-established a similar unit within DCI. Retained some people from the SSU and recruited others. Those were people being recruited for a new unit that replaced SSU. It is called Operation Support Unit. So Operation Support Unit is the one which replaced SSU.
On matters Health Cabinet Secretary Dr. Deborah Baraza has acknowledged SHA system interruptions on January 14th and 15th, further assuring Kenyans that the operations at Kenyatta National Hospital have returned to normal. Now, speaking during a visit to the hospital, Dr. Baraza issued an apology to all who experienced challenges while seeking health services. Now, Baraza's state assessment follows an incident where two women stormed her offices on Wednesday shortly after her press briefing, lamenting failure on the SHA system.
We acknowledge, yes, there was a system interruption, which is common with any system, as we can see, not only in Kenya, but globally. And so having identified the system interruption, we've been able to first visit the labor ward as well as the maternity area. We have also seen the billing and discharge area in this facility. And we are happy to report that the system is up and running following great work. There was tireless and endless work among the technical team. I had instructed them to look at interventions to ensure that we don't have any kind of system interruption, have an alternative in case it do so happens. And we are happy to report to Kenyans that yes, we have an alternative system, and we have experienced and seen that there is no system interruption. The incidents occurred on the 14th and 15th AM, and the backlog has been sorted. Patients have again are receiving seamless services, and I want to assure Kenyans that health services will continue in the National Referral Hospital and other facilities, and will ensure that the services are seamless. Equally, we want to really apologize on behalf of the ministry for the challenges that our patients faced. As we had said earlier, this government is a people-centric approach. We take patients' concerns seriously, and we are going to address them, robustly. And there will be team intervention even as we address them. So we have an open door policy. If you have any questions or concerns, feel free to consult.
Now, on matters education, learning activities at Kimabole High School in Mount Elgon, Bungoma County could be disrupted if the Teacher Service Commission (TSC) does not intervene and provide a permanent solution to the ongoing crisis of the school's management. As Alice Diana reports, parents have threatened to paralyze the school's academic activities if the principal, who was qualified to lead the school, is denied the position.
The Teacher Service Commission (TSC) has been asked to intervene and provide a lasting solution to the ongoing dispute over the management of the Kimabole High School in Mount Elgon constituency in Bungoma County. The parents and residents claim that the principal, who was supposed to replace David Ogola, who retired earlier this month, was stripped of the position by another principal, something that has upset them.
Ni kitu cha ajabu sana kwa sababu tumesikia ya kwamba kuna mpango mwingine wa kuleta mwalimu mwingine ambaye si yule ambaye alitumwa na TSC kufanya hiyo kazi. Wazazi wa shule hii wameleta malalamishi na halmashauri ya shule hii, bodi ya shule imesema kwamba hawakubali yule ambaye atakuja. Tumejaribu kujadiliana tuone nini tutafanya, lakini tumeona ya kwamba ni vizuri TSC ambayo ndio imeandika huyo mwalimu kazi na imefanya hiyo transfer, huyo mwalimu akuje atake over hiyo shule. Au la sivyo wazazi hawafurahii, wanasema kwamba hawatakubali mwingine kuja kutake over.
Kama wakazi na wazazi wa Kimabole tumesema haitaweza kufanyika tukiwa wazima. Sisi pia tumeenda shule na tutahakikisha kwamba Kimabole yule principal ambaye anakuja lazima au ametoka Teacher Service Commission. Kimabole lazima endelee na mwalimu ambaye ametumwa na serikali. Wala ambao wanatuma wa micromanage shule si hatutaki.
They have also called on the county government of Bungoma to be fair when it comes to providing jobs to the residents. At the same time, they hit out at some MCS from Mount Elgon region for what they claim they are selective in providing the bursary funds.
Tukiangalia list, hakuna mtoto wa Mteso ama Mbukusu ameandikwa kutoka Mount Elgon. Tunataka tujue hizi nafasi ni za kina nani, zimetengewa kina nani.
Sasa inapozungumzia imesemekana ya kwamba MCA wa Cheskaki ana micromanage list ya kupeleka kwa county kwa sababu yeye mwenyewe anataka apeane basari vile anataka. Kapkatenye MCA pia uko na hiyo shida na imekuwa mpaka kuna kasi mpaka iko kwa county inaendelea. MCA wa Cheptais pia kuna hiyo shida. Yaani watu wa Kusuma wananyanyaswa katika mlima huu.
Hatuoni sababu tulipe ushuru. We shall mobilize our people. Wasilipe ushuru. Wanalipa ushuru wa nini? Ushuru hii watoto wetu inatakana walipe basari. Inatakana watoto wetu waandikwe kazi kutoka kwa county hadi kwa national. Kwa hivyo kama hatupati, sababu ni nini?
They have also called on security forces to conduct a thorough investigation into the murder of a girl in the area believed to have been carried out by her father recently. Alice Diana, Hope TV Newswatch.
Well, many thanks, Alice Diana, for the report. Now, controversial prison warden Jackson Kuria Kihara, aka Cop Shakur, who joined the Gen Z anti-finance bill protests, will remain in custody until Monday next week as DCI officers conduct further investigations. Milimani Chief Magistrate Lucas Onyina directed that Shakur be detained at Muthaiga Police Station for 3 days after he was arraigned for allegedly publishing false information in his social media platforms and trying to incite a rebellion among disciplined forces. Shakur, who was suspended after joining Kenyans in the anti-finance bill protest in June 2024, was arrested on Wednesday at the committee maximum prison staff quarters.
The court simplifies this 208 of 2020. The court simplifies this into a two-part test. One, the applicant should be, I will supply it to the court. Your Honor, granted, Your Honor, I would have supplied it, but I did not want to ask for more time to respond to the application. But I will supply it to the court. The court points out a two-part test. One, that the parties should be acting in good faith. As I have pointed out, Your Honor, the parties are not acting in good faith. And number two, this should have been the least restrictive option. Pointing to their own paragraph, Your Honor, they did arrest the respondent at Committee Maximum Prison, where he resides.
Well, we are taking a short commercial break. We'll be right back. Remember, currently KTDA leadership is faulting PS Rono over what they term as interferences, and also Kenya has been grouped with tough teams, including Morocco. We shall be back and take a look on that and many more.
I've actually been trying to find a balance. It's been really tough and hectic, but everyone says once you get a hang of it, it becomes better, and I don't know, but I'm hoping to find a balance soon because it's really been hectic. But you've been in the job industry for a long time, so I think you would know better. Sindio?
Huh? What time is it? I need to catch up on Leadership Forum. Do they have a radio here? Never mind. I brought my own.
No way. You can't be serious. Wait, why do you have a radio and you can just catch up with the shows on Hope FM podcasts?
Really? Even Meet of the One?
Yeah. I mean, you can find them on whatever platform, name it. AfriPods, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, you name it.
But I'm not subscribed on any of them.
So no worries. You can just check out the latest episodes on hopemediakenya.org.
You can now listen to select Hope FM programs on your favorite podcast streaming platform or directly on our website, www.hopemediakenya.org. Listen and live.
Coming soon. This November.
He's the God who raised up Moses in a palace only to use him in the wilderness, and raised up Joseph in the wilderness only to use him in a palace.
Young person, God is at work within your heart. What does it say? He is at work. It's Him who is at work in you.
If you are going to be successful in the service of God, it calls for sacrifice.
We get to appraise what God is doing, and by His invitation, partner with Him.
Come on, keep moving. He's inspiring you to challenge that which seems impossible.
What He would require of us is to declare, send me Lord, regardless of our background.
Only on Hope TV.
Welcome back to the broadcast and on Matters Tea. The Kenya Tea Development Agency KTDA members have decried interferences from political leaders and a section of government officials. Now led by their chairperson Enos Njeru, the KTDA members have faulted Agriculture Principal Secretary Paul Rono over his recent pronouncement that are against the agency leadership. And as Modoni Karaoke reports, the agency leadership is now seeking President William Ruto's audience in a bid to have their grievances addressed.
As the Kenya Tea Development Agency is determined to surpass the 1 billion shilling dividend paid to its farmers in 2024. The agency board has raised an alarm over the political interferences they say is greatly affecting tea farmers.
Several tea factories have experienced low absorption of teas in the market due to the rankles and political interferences. This has an adverse effect on earnings of our farmers. We plead with all stakeholders to keep off from interfering with the boards elected by the farmers. Any matter of concern can still be handled through dialogue.
Agriculture Principal Secretary Paul Rono has been mentioned as the major stamping block in the efforts being put forth by the agency in ensuring tea farmers are empowered.
We have realized that the PS is using tea board to put together the 54 companies so that we become the people who are suffering to lift the tea sector. Shall not allow. What is good for the goose must be good for the gander. What is good for KTDA farmers must be good for the private farmers.
The agency leadership are now calling on President William Ruto to intervene by helping to eliminate bottlenecks in the sector.
Alikuwa amesema atatuita after 90 days. Na inaonekana kuna watu wametupangia mipango ya kukosa kukutana na nani? Na rais. Tunauliza rais tafadhali atuite ndio tumlilie asikie kilio cha mkulima.
With several tea factories experiencing low absorption of tea in the market, the sector stakeholders have been urged to allow elected tea boards to serve farmers accordingly.
I urge the government to stop to interfere with the tea industry. What they can do best for the tea industry is to look for market, not to interfere with the companies. We are led by the companies below, not by anything else.
For Newswatch, I'm Modoni Karaoke.
Well, many thanks, Modoni Karaoke, for the report. In Machakos County, over 4,000 vegetable and fruit farmers in the county are set to benefit from a cold storage room established at Marikiti Market. Machakos County government, in collaboration with Global Alliance for Improved Nutrition, GAIN, and Dutch Ministry of Foreign Affairs, established the solar-powered cold room with a capacity to store 1,000 boxes to help reduce losses that farmers encounter. While officially opening the cold room, Governor Wavinya Ndeti urged market users to take care of the establishment and ensure it also benefits future generations.
So hii ni biashara mumetufanyia vizuri hapa, biashara yetu itaenda juu. Tunanunua vitu mara mbili kwa wiki. Hata sasa mtu anaweza kununua mara moja kwa wiki, anakuja anaweka hapa. Hiyo atakuwa amesave pesa. Na hiyo kusave pesa ni chakula mezani, pesa mfukoni. Watoto watasoma, wakina mama wataangalia kina baba, si ndio? Na nyumba zitaimarika, si ndio? Hapa tena mmetusaidia kuimarisha nyumba zetu, kwa sababu tutakuwa na hiyo pesa extra ya kuweza kuendelea na maisha yetu.
The cold room that we are launching today and that will serve this community is a very important milestone in the food system arena. We know that in this country, 30% of food is lost. 30%. So you can imagine how much we lose in this market. This is because we often don't have proper storage. So I believe that with the cold room that we've just launched with our excellency, we will be able to reduce food loss. We'll have more money in our pockets. We'll have more food on our table that is nutritious, not just food. We'll have more nutritious food on our table.
Now across the borders, the US President Joe Biden now says a ceasefire deal between Israel and Hamas will stop the fighting in Gaza and boost much-needed humanitarian assistance to Palestinians. The outgoing US President also said the agreement will mean Israeli hostages being held in the territory will soon return to their families. In his address, Biden has outlined the next steps of the deal to end 15 months of war, with the agreement consisting 3 phases set to begin on January 19th, 2025, just a day before he hands over power to the president-elect.
It's a very good afternoon, because at long last, I can announce a ceasefire and a hostage deal has been reached between Israel and Hamas. More than 15 months of conflict that began with Hezbollah's brutal massacre on October the 7th. More than 15 months of terror for the hostages, their families, the Israeli people. More than 15 months of suffering by the innocent people of Gaza. Fighting in Gaza will stop, and soon the hostages will return home to their families. The elements of this deal were what I laid out in detail this past May, which was embraced by countries around the world and endorsed overwhelmingly by the UN Security Council. The deal is structured in 3 phases. Phase 1 will last 6 weeks. It includes a full and complete ceasefire, withdrawal of Israeli forces from all the populated areas of Gaza, and the release of a number of hostages held by Hamas, including women and elderly and the wounded. And I'm proud to say Americans will be part of that hostage release in phase 1 as well. And the Vice President and I cannot wait to welcome them home. In exchange, Israel released hundreds of Palestinian prisoners. And during phase 1, the Palestinians can also return to their neighborhoods in all the areas of Gaza.
Football team Harambee Stars are up for a tough task following their grouping with African soccer giant Morocco, who finished 4th in the 2022 World Cup semi-finals. As Vincent Oduor reports, football enthusiasts have started debating on the chances for Stars, which has also been grouped with Angola, DRC and Zambia in Group A.
African passion for football has been reignited as the Confederation of African Football CAF officially releases the grouping stage draws for the 2025 CHAN. The tournament, which is set to kick off on August 2025 in Kenya, Uganda and Tanzania, promises exciting matches as 19 nations battle out to claim the continent's victory. 17 teams have qualified and have been placed in 4 groups during the highly anticipated draw ceremony held in Nairobi. As one of the host countries, Harambee Stars has got the privilege to feature in Group A, as it is set to meet head-on with African giants Morocco, who finished 4th in the 2022 World Cup semi-finals. Kenya is also set to face off with Angola, Democratic Republic of Congo and Zambia in the Group A. In Group B, Tanzania will face off with Madagascar, Mauritius, Burkina Faso and Central African Republic, as Uganda plays against Niger, Guinea and 2 other qualifiers in Group C. The defending champion Senegal is set to face Congo, Sudan and Nigeria in the last pool of the grouping. The draw has sparked excitement across the nation as Kenya is grouped with 2 times winners Morocco and the Democratic Republic of Congo. Football enthusiasts have already begun debating which teams are favorite to progress and which one will not. Reporting for Newswatch, my name is Vincent Oduor.
Well, all we say is all the best to Harambee Stars. August is quite far. They can indeed make it through. Well, many thanks, Vincent Oduor, for the report right there. That marks the end of our tonight's bulletin. My name is Sammy Adika. Our sign language interpreter has been Boniface Mureithi. Do have a wonderful night. Goodbye.